to the automotive life. I had to give like a slightly clickbaity title. I mean, it makes the video seem less boring than it is, because I'm basically just going to talk some facts and figures of my experience owning the CLS63 over the past about 11 months. So I've driven this car for a while. It has not been my daily driver, but I've put a good amount of kilometers on it. I'd say about 7,000 or 8,000 since I bought it. And well, I have a few things to say. Firstly, it's been brilliant. It's a great car. I really love this car, but no car is perfect, and this car has its faults. Nothing big, most of them minor, but faults are faults. For example, we can start off with the PDC, park distance control. Once in a while, when you start the car, put the car into drive or reverse, it activates the PDC because, you know, slow speed thinks you're going to park. Now the Mercs on these ones here, the way the sensors work is it's like a bar, and there's two lights that come from the right and the left side to the middle, and the closer they get, it's basically means you are closer to the object behind you. Now once in a while when you're on the car, it doesn't work properly. It just goes straight to red, like immediately. It doesn't matter how far away or anything you are, it just goes immediately to red and shows you're gonna bump everything. But it's a small fault, and I haven't really done anything. I just switch the car off and on and it comes right, but it does it once in a while, not too often, so that's a little annoying sometimes. Another little thing that this car has is the gear lever. To put it in park, it's a separate button. Nothing wrong with that, although once in a while when you press the physical key to put it in park, it doesn't put it in park, it just doesn't do anything. But once in a while it does that. Most of the time it works fine. It's just annoying when it does it. If it doesn't put the car in park, the worst thing you do is you stop and you just open the door, the driver's door, then it goes into park immediately. So there is a way to get around that. It's just annoying sometimes. Another little annoying thing about this car that I've noticed over long distance, long journeys, firstly, the cup holders are too big. If you fit like a normal half-liter water bottle or anything, it doesn't fit properly. If you accelerate or brake or turn a bit, it tends to fall and wobble around. Like, it should be a little smaller. Like, people complain BMWs have very small cup holders. These cars are too big. It does not fit things very nicely. That is what she said. So that's with that with cup holders. The second thing is the cup holder's position is in a place where if you put a bottle inside, it completely blocks the climate controls. Like all of those buttons there, it's just blocked. You can't really use them. You have to die of heat stroke or die of frostbite. Just sorry, you can't do anything. It's just in the way, basically. It's just, you know, small things that you learn about as you drive the car more and more, and, you know, use it for a longer period of time. Other things. Okay, it's got power. It's got power. The gearbox is not the best. It's not the most responsive. It's not terrible when you want to use it in the manual mode, but it's not great. But that's not what I'm going to complain about. What I'm going to complain about is the gearbox on hills, and that it's a double clutch system, 7-speed, but it's very jerky, and when you go on hills, up hills, oh, it feels like it's struggling. It feels like the clutch is just going to break completely. It won't, but it feels like that. And sometimes when the car is cold, like when you just cold start it in the morning, if you put it into drive, it takes a little bit of time before the clutch actually kicks in. I mean, you press the accelerator and it just revs. It doesn't really move a lot. So it takes a while for the clutch to actually, you know, the clutch plates to come together and take the car forward when the car is cold and everything's cold. Not a big deal, nothing wrong with it. That is just how it is. It's part of the quirks. But just small things like that you should know about if you consider buying one of these. Besides that, reliability issues, honestly, I've had none. The car was serviced just before I bought it, so I didn't need to do a service. I had to do front brake pads. Did I do front and back or just front? I think I just did the fronts. The normal Mercedes pads were like $6,000, very expensive. I got aftermarket racing pads that are even better for like $1,000, and they honestly feel so much better. So look, maintenance is expensive on these cars. It's an old AMG. If anything's gonna break, you are going to cry. It's just, that is how it is. But generally, not bad. I really had no issues, and I put 2 rear tires. This is odd size. It's a 285 at the back, and like the cheapest or the least expensive tire you're going to get in that size is about 4,000 rand, and they are not run flats, so quite pricey. Consumption in this car is not great. Look, if we speak realistically, driving in town and on the open road combined, I'd say you'd average around 13 to 14 liters per 100 k's if you drive reasonably spiritedly. Look, if you drive hard in town, you're gonna get 20-25 liters per 100 k's, let's be honest. But if you drive nicely, like on the open road, the best I've gotten was 11 liters per 100 k's, which is not that bad actually, considering it's a 2-ton, 1,000 Newton meter double bi-turbo V8. So if you drive decently, you won't get the worst consumption in the world. And you know, it's a comfortable car. It is an AMG, but if you put everything in comfort, suspension in comfort, it's very nice to cruise around. It's very quiet, very refined. Even though it's pillarless doors, you don't get much wind noise, tire noise, nothing like that. It's just a good car. It's very heavy though. Don't expect this to be agile and, you know, be able to whoop the corners with it. No, that's not what this car is for. If you have to, you can, but it does not want to. Prefers not to, let me say that. So that's pretty much my ownership update video of the CLS. Those little faults I told you about was basically all that I really had to say. The rest of the car is brilliant. It makes me very happy when I drive it. I genuinely love this car. It's such a good car to drive, and it's different, it's unique also. And this 5.5 bi-turbo engine is such a beautiful engine. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's just very nice to drive, let me say that. If you have any questions for me, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll try and answer you if you're looking at one of these or you're just curious in general. Leave it down below and I'll try and answer. Well, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more.